All right, so we are back working on the Jetta. Today's project, we're gonna get the rest of the interior stripped out. My sockets came in for the seats. We're gonna get the seats pulled out, and then we can get the carpet, headliner, all that, airbags. So we get everything stripped out, we can get the inside painted up probably before I put seats and a roll cage back in it. Right now, we're just in the deconstruction phase before we start the construction phase. So let's get started on the inside. So we are going to get started on the inside. Since I am going to be removing airbags on the pillars and out of the steering wheel and dash, we went ahead and disconnected the battery. So I disconnected the battery, I pulled it out. It's sitting over on the charger so that it's good and charged when we get ready to put things back together. So there it is, all disconnected. Wires are done, battery's gone. So now we can safely get started on airbags. We're gonna start over here on the passenger seat. Here's the socket that I had to get. It is a triple square. I'll put a link down below. I don't know, it's kind of a weird socket. I asked AI what size and what it was called, found it on Amazon. I only got one, I didn't buy a set. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen them with a ratchet, just so I make sure not to strip anything. And then I'll take them out with my impact. So, there it is, first one. You can see how they're pretty easy to strip. They're like Torx, but 16-sided, I guess. So not very long. They go in from the top. They're not like normal seats where the stud is in the rail and you take the nut off the bottom. So there it is. There's the first one. Let's get the rest out. So I got the seat unbolted. There's the wiring harness. Looks like 4 plugins. So we'll go ahead and we'll get them 4 plugins out. All right, so I got them all out, and each one of them had a separate type of plug. This is the normal, push the button, pull it out. This one you could pry from the inside because you couldn't reach it from the outside. So it's kind of in the middle. This one, the button that you push is on the seat side. And then the 4th one had that same kind that you lift all the way up, spring loaded, and it pops right out. So 4 different kinds. So now that it's unplugged, we can pull it all the way out. Easy enough. There's some plastic pieces laying all over from when it was rolled, so we'll just keep going. Floor mats, aren't gonna need them. Let's move on back. We get the back seat out. We'll do the driver's seat last. I'll show you why when we get there. After a little YouTube research, I figured out how to get the back seats out. Plastic cover in the middle, pry it off. There's one bolt that clamps them, so we're gonna get that plastic right off. Looks like it's gonna be our T30 again, so I'm gonna grab my T30 and we'll get that ripped out. So to get this out, take this out of here, this T30. Keeper comes off, this little keeper. Then he just lifts out of there, and then this pin pulls out of the seat. So we got this one. Lifts out, pulls the pin out of the seat. So that is the back seats out. So we're over here at the driver's seat. I'll show you why I waited for this one last. This bolt here is where I figured out that it's not a normal socket. Figured that out, of course, after rounding it off. So we might have to do some surgery on this one to get it out. So we'll go ahead and get the other 3 out first and then work on this one, see what we can do with it. Got the other 3 out. Let's see what we can do about this front one. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'll grab a Sawzall, cut that right there so I can get the seat out, hammer these down flat, and maybe I can get a pipe wrench on it. We'll have to see if that works. But first things first, I'm gonna grab a Sawzall and just rip down this track right here so I can pull the seat out. New plan, we're gonna go with the grinder cutoff wheel instead of a Sawzall. Get that plastic out of my way. I think that should be all right. Cutoff wheel works much better. So now I'll get my flat screwdriver, unplug all these. This one only has 3. Passenger seat had 4. Kind of weird. There we go. Last seat is out, so I'm gonna remove this, then we'll work on the center console so that I can start getting carpet out. All right, center console. Let me figure out how to get this out of here. Most of it probably pops off. So all these are T20 back here. I'm just taking out every screw I can find to see what comes out. The back pops off. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Unplug this inverter. There. Inverter's out. Now there's some more screws down in here. Good enough. We'll do it. All right, there's that out. So we got this outside sleeve off. Now we can get to some of these interior screws. I don't know what they do, but I'm just gonna take them all out until this whole thing comes out of here. Got one way down low. So far they've all been T20s. Back vent's pulled up. Okay, something out. This is where that bottom vent comes out. Bottom vent comes out right there. Get that out. This Christmas tree clips apart. And there we go. Vent's out. First part of the center console's out. Looks like the e-brake has some nuts on it. Might have to take those nuts off just to get the carpet out. Or I might just split it all the way around. I don't know, we'll see. But now we can start on this front part. So I'm gonna take off the old beauty ring here. Just gonna use the old Leatherman to split this here. That off there. Here's our shift selector. Pry up this storage, get it all unplugged. Can't get it in neutral, even with the key and the brake pushed. Probably says on that piece I just threw out. There's one hiding under there. Must be one hiding in here somewhere. Ah, it's got some good clips on it. Got this one out on the other side already. You can see them. There's 2 there. There's 2 on the other side too. Look just like it. Okay, there we go. Gotta take this one out first. Driver one looks like it has a screw in it. There are a bunch of them down around there. A couple are out. Now I can kind of see in here. Ah, there they are. A couple of them up under here. Another one of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my impact. Oh yeah. Slow and easy. That out. Check out these ones. I think I might have just started from the wrong end. I'm gonna start from the top and work my way down. Get a couple wires here to get out. Come in from the top. There we go. That, whatever it used to be. More T20s over here. That takes off the beauty ring. Now we got a million of them here to get the head unit and HVAC controls out. See if we can get that head unit out. Got a bunch of wires to undo. There we go. HVAC. Head unit. There we go. Head unit. You'd have an amp in it, so there's all sorts of splices and menagerie. Just do that first. There we go. Broke one off, but that's all right. That's the head unit. We can get down in here, get some of these T20s. Pull that out. That out. Just gonna keep taking out screws and taking out whatever comes apart. Get this one on this side. Forgot about it. This thing's gotta go, doesn't it? There we go. I bet you there's one under there. Oh yeah, a couple of them and a T30 it looks like. That's that one. There we go. So I'm going to take the nuts off the e-brake, so I can move it out of the way to get this piece out. Save them, because I'm going to put them back in. This is a 1/2-inch socket, 4 of them. That bracket off. There's a little clip over here for your brake light. And the 4th and final one. There you go. So that was pulled tight just because the brake was pulled tight a little bit. Just take that off from there. Now, okay, I got it apart. Let's move. Wait a second. One thing at a time. So we got center console out. It's another vent. This piece of plastic on this side had clips, but I think it's got one screw up front on the driver's side, just so you don't kick it out. All right, yeah. So there's that screw right there. That'll get that piece out. See here, he had a amp installed. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear that wiring out over here. One less wire to worry about later. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead, clean all my tools out, and then I can strip this carpet out. All right, so I'm having a little trouble under here getting the carpet out. I think I need to take this little beauty ring off here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it'll come out. Get this off. I gotta figure out how to get this handle off so that this comes off. So I'm gonna work on that. There's a T25 holding the footrest in. I'm trying to figure this pedal out here. I think I can split it down the middle, take the plastic out, because that piece doesn't come out. So I'm gonna try splitting it down the middle, taking it out, because that carpet's pretty stuck under there. So let's try that. I ended up just splitting it around here. I can pull it out this way, but there must be a screw into that. And I can't get that out without breaking the tip off my knife, which I don't want to do. So that little trunk might stay there for a little bit. We'll figure it out later. Now for the carpet pad. So we got the carpet and the insulation out. Now we're gonna vacuum out the bottom and we're pretty much done with the inside. We got a few little plastic pieces off the B-pillars that we'll rip out. Let's get this thing vacuumed out. We got that vacuumed out. Now we're going to take out this so we can get the headliner. Get this outside. We got our triple square here. Gotta take out these seatbelt nuts. Break it with a ratchet. Got them loosened up with the ratchet. The impact will take them right out. 3 of them. And 3 of them for this side. Now, still can't get it all the way out because of this. That is just a T20. Let's see what we gotta do here. Get this out, get all this out. Unclipped here. This is your seatbelt light. Plastic clip out. There we go. There we go. Seatbelt. This side, pull that out. That's your plug-in for all our stuff in the rear door. Do the same thing on this side. Plastic out. There's a whole wiring harness here. It goes to the back doors and lights. More sub parts. And the aftermarket sub. I don't know what that is. We'll leave it for now until I figure it out. Make sure it's not something we need. For this deck lid here, I'm gonna pry this plastic out of the middle. And then there is a triple square that holds your car seat anchors in. And there are 3 of them. I got them out. There we go. You guys back here, take my triple square here, be able to get this seatbelt retractor out. There we go. One more over here. There's the back panel out. So back panel, seatbelts are all out. Throw them out here in our pile. Now, just to be thorough, this adjustment for your seatbelt has another triple square on it. I'll take both of them out too. So the one comes out of the top and then it just pulls up and out. Now we have front pillars and headliner before we drop out the sunroof. First, I think under this ring here, there should be a couple clips. Oh, it's got some T20s. Holding it up right here. One there, one here, one here. Next, handles off. And it looks like they're just T20s as well. I have to get my extension on this one. Well, there's some long-winded fellas. We'll get the other 3 out before we work our way forward. Now we will work it all the way up to the front. A couple more T20s holding the visors on. Couple more T25s under the dome light. And now, out can come the headlamp. Not really sure how they got this in here. There we go. Pretty sure that's exactly how they did it at the factory. We have our sunroof to get out of here, and it looks like it is T30s. So all along this side, there's T30s. Same on that side. Looks like T20s holding the motor on. Let's get the sunroof out. We got the T30. Let's do down the driver's side. Sunroof down. Get these drains off. The wiring done here. Here, see if we can get this motor unplugged. Back to my handy dandy T20. That's the sunroof. A-pillar is done. Passenger A-pillar is done. Here's something kind of cool that not many people see. Here, all the way back to that canister on both sides is the airbag. There's one on each side. Those are the ones that blow out of your pillars. Let's get the airbag out. Now remember, when we started this, we took the battery out. There's capacitors too, and who knows what else. So unhook the battery, wait at least 30 minutes. Mine's been unhooked for a day or two, so airbags should be safe to come out without going off. Let's take the airbags out. Airbags are just a bunch of T20s all along this here. And then I got all the T20s out. Now there's a 10mm nut back here holding the plug-in and the bracket for the actual airbag gas here. So that gas goes off. That's what blows your airbag up. there is an airbag. Oh, get the airbag out, but there's this thing here. I think it's just a plastic clip. Yep, that plastic clip right there held the end in. So there is the airbag out. The airbag's out. Now there's these two random pieces of plastic here. Not sure what they're for, but they're just 3 T20s, so we'll get that out. I didn't know if you knew this, but your sunroof has a drain in each corner and just kind of drains out by the wheels. There's the electric fuel door switch. I'm not really sure what these are. I'm not going to disconnect them yet until I figure out what they do. Before I lose the parts here, I'm going to put the e-brake back together. There we go. We got the interior stripped, we got seats, carpet all out, airbags out, headliner and sunroof out, trunk, whatever, mat out. Trunk is stripped. I think that's for today. I'm gonna save the dash for its own video because I gotta be careful with it and make sure that I don't lock us out with the security systems. Next time we'll probably be doing windshield, back glass, and the bumpers, and then we'll go from there. Make sure to like and to subscribe to our channel if you want to see the rest of this build as we turn this TDI Jetta into a figure 8 car. Thanks for watching. See you next time.